Drone footage reveals devastation in Gaza after Israel strikes. Israel said on Tuesday it had reclaimed control of the Gaza border, pounding the enclave with the fiercest airstrikes in the 75-year history of its conflict with the Palestinians, despite a Hamas threat to execute a captive for each home hit. Israel has vowed to take its mighty revenge since gunmen rampaged through its towns, leaving streets strewn with bodies in by far the deadliest attack in its history. It has called up hundreds of thousands of reservists and placed the Gaza Strip, crowded home to 2.3 million people, under a total siege. Israel media said the death toll from the Hamas attacks has climbed to 900 people, mostly civilians gunned down in their homes, on the streets, or at a dance party, dwarfing the scale of any past attack by Islamists apart from 9/11. Scores of Israelis were taken to Gaza as hostages, with some paraded through the streets. Nearly 700 Gazans have since been killed in Israeli strikes, according to Gaza officials, while whole districts in Gaza have been flattened. The United Nations said 180,000 Gazans has been made homeless, many huddling on streets or in schools. Smoke and flames rose into the morning sky, while bombardment of the roads often made it impossible for emergency crews to reach the scene of strikes. At the morgue in Gaza's Khan Yunis hospital, bodies were laid on the ground on stretchers with their names written on their bellies. Medics called for relatives to pick up bodies quickly because there was no more space for the dead. There were heavy casualties in a former municipal building struck while being used as an emergency shelter for displaced families. There is an extraordinary number of martyrs. People are still under the rubble. Some friends are either martyrs or wounded, said Allah Abu Tair, 35, who had sought shelter there with his family after fleeing Abbasan al-Kabira near the border. No place is safe in Gaza, as you see the heat everywhere. Nowhere to hide. 3 Gaza journalists were killed when an Israeli missile hit a building while they were outside reporting. That brought the toll to 6 journalists killed in Gaza since Saturday. At one point, the Israeli military advised Gaza civilians to flee to Egypt, only to issue a quick clarification, confirming that the crossing was closed and there was no way out. As for Hamas operatives, they had nowhere to hide in Gaza, said military spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari. We will reach them everywhere. In Israel, there has still been no complete official count of the dead and missing from Saturday's attack. In the southern town of Be'eri, where more than 100 bodies have been retrieved, volunteers in yellow vests and face masks solemnly carried the dead out of homes on stretchers. A long, wide trail of blood wound along the floor of a house where bodies have been dragged out on the street from a blood-soaked kitchen strewn with overturned furniture. The thing I want the most is to wake up from this nightmare, said Aidan Hakim. Said Elad Hakim, a survivor from a music festival where Hamas had killed 260 partygoers at dawn. Everything was so amazing, the best party I've been to in my life, until it, from paradise to hell in 1 second. Thank you for watching Kigali Daily News.